Hey, just making a quick video to update on how I'm going. This one's off the top again, but I'm actually planning a couple that I have scripts for, or in the process for, so we'll see how they turn out. Eventually, it'll take a while. I'm so not good with going off the top with these. Two things. I've got a big life change or a big opportunity coming up next week, hopefully. It's going to be me and my stepdad sailing from, I'm fairly sure, Sydney to Adelaide, but I don't quite know specifically because there's been some trouble with the boat and all that kind of thing. It's going to be like a month-long trip. I'm very, very excited to spend that long out on the water. A little bit nervous. More than a little bit. I'm kind of shitting myself, but we'll see how it turns out. He knows what he's doing, and I have downloaded lots of books and got some good TV shows and stuff to watch too. So feeling pretty good about that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was about over a week ago, I had a bit of a breakdown and uninstalled Reddit, uninstalled Facebook, Instagram, even though I hadn't opened Instagram in ages. But I had saved what I looked at that morning, the best of what I looked at that morning, to go over, I guess. I wanted to go over it on video, but also wanted to know what pushed me to that point. The context was I must have just been browsing in bed that morning, and I don't know. Before my screen time on Reddit, that's the big one. I spend a lot of time looking at what people have to say, and I don't even know who these people are, but it's just so much noise, and I'm trying to turn the noise down, I guess. Especially because so much noise comes from inside already. Anyway, I'm going to go through my screenshots because there's some good shit there that we can talk about. And just to give you a taste of what was going on every single day looking at this app for me and the kind of things that were fucking with my head. It was exhausting, and it's been a week and I've been coping with, I've been fine not opening the app, but I've definitely noticed withdrawal symptoms in a way. Anyway, I saved this one for my stepdad because he loves this kind of shit, and he's right. This was a little funny because Uncle Ted, I get this. Except, I don't know about being the successful, happy guy with motivation for research projects. I've got motivation for my own shit, but barely. I'm hoping this time on the boat will get me making music again. We'll see. I'm taking my little Ableton Move with me. We'll see how it goes. This I found quite interesting, steganography. I've always found cryptography really interesting. I saved it to look into it a little bit more. This is a book recommendation similar to the Stalker games and the Stalker movie by Tarkovsky. Highly recommend. Some of my favorite shit ever. I love the isolated and hopeless feeling. This one kind of got to me a little bit about, so let's look at Science's sexy 420s comment. I'm a biochemist and I absolutely hate the notion that people with degrees are default smarter than those without them. I've known many people with no degree that are far smarter than others I've known with graduate degrees. A college degree says nothing about intelligence, blah, blah, blah. It says something about your ability to succeed in an academic setting and the support you receive from your parents. Yeah, anyway, discipline and structure. That's a big one. This comment really spoke to me because I have almost given up on uni. It's not the best feeling, and given up isn't really the right word because my priorities and feelings and all that have changed over time. But I recently moved out of student accommodation and feel better for it. Although I had a wonderful almost 2 years. I think it's like a year and a half or something I've been there. It's been incredible. I've met the love of my life. I've met some really, really good friends who will hopefully be friends for life. Incredible memories, that kind of stuff. But I didn't really study at all while I was there, to be completely honest. And I think I've been just trying to coast by for the longest time without actually thinking about what I want. Right, anyway. This looked pretty cool. It's like projection mapping on top of 3D objects with a projector. I saved it to know the name of some software and some basics because it seemed like a... Oh, fuck. Wash your penis, bucko. This really got to me because this whole social media ban I'm not sure about. Having been terminally online for my entire life, I can't imagine a life without it. And it's taught me so much, but it's also like fried my brain in a way. So I'm not quite sure. I feel bad for the youth, but if they're not going to get protection from shit like 4chan, then what's the point of us doing this? I mean, I know the point. It's for security, surveillance. But, man, some of my earliest memories on the internet are like seeing things that still burnt into my brain. And one of the craziest and most wonderful and most horrible things about this brain of mine is that, like, all this little shit, even though this was 8 days ago, I'm pretty sure I went through all these screenshots and saved it and stuff. It's all still in there. And it takes the place of more important things. So although it's only been a week that I've been kind of offline, I'm feeling better, definitely. And hopefully it's on the way up. This I found amazing. This young lad just doing what he loves, regardless of what's in his way to get there. He like, can't surf. I can't surf. But I'm talking to a camera, and I find that amazing because it's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time and haven't been able to. And although I've looked into fancy cameras and same with making music, like spent so much money on synths and studio stuff and none of it was needed. Creativity comes from the inside. There's that Bukowski poem I saw the other day that I sent to B-Man. The baby you're gonna create regardless one. That was pretty wonderful. I'll find it and pop it in the description. And about the kind of stuff that you have, it's on r/cameras, so of course it's going to be like filled with camera heads. But I see this, the reason I've saved it is because I see this fucking everywhere. Like, most prevalently with making music, I think that some of the people that spend most of the time talking about shit online are the people that barely make anything at all. And I guess what I want to do mostly with this whole talking to the camera stuff is start creating instead of consuming. I have been a consumer for 30 years and most of it just is unimportant, I guess. Can't even think of a better word for it. Like, there's so much noise that goes into my head through this thing and through other screens. And yeah, although I don't think I'll ever be able to pull myself away from the internet completely, or computers and that kind of thing, I want to start doing something that matters with it and hopefully reaching out to people a little bit more, because I have been isolating myself for a very, very long time. I would rather just a phone. Like, although if I had $2,000 to spend like on a camera and $2,000 to spend on a phone, I'd pick the camera because I'm more interested in hardware. I rarely ever have $2,000, rarely have money at all. So my cracked phone, I would rather get a new one. And I'd rather point and shoot instead of getting lost in settings. I know that you're taking better photos if you're learning your camera and stuff like that. But man, I want to make shit. I want to create. I don't want to rant and ramble about specifics anymore. Or specifications, I should say. This is just a quick recommendation. It's been built into iPad and iPhone for a very long time. There's apps you can get. One of my videos that I've got planned is all about apps and shit. Anyway, it really, really helps. Just having some rain sounds to help you get to sleep sometimes. But I find that brown noise helps a lot when I'm trying to concentrate and study. It's just my weird brain. But funnily enough, although all our brains are different, that kind of shit triggers like primal stuff or whatever it is, and it generally works for all of us. PoE2 stuff. No. Yeah, this blew me away a little bit. Like 800 million people weekly using ChatGPT and Reddit as a framework for reality. I saw someone's comment on, I think it was like a YouTube comment or whatever the other day that said like Reddit is the center for complaining or something like that. The center for complaining in the universe. Although I have never been a commenter, I've always been a lurker, same with 4chan back in the day. Like, I read that shit and I let it in. It's really, really difficult for our gub brains to differentiate between truth and fiction when it's behind a screen. Sometimes I'll read like the most horrible and untrue shit and it'll just like go straight in there with all the other true stuff, just because I've kind of done it myself. It hasn't gone through the filter of hearing it from someone else consciously, I guess. Anyway, I'm very keen to see how a scripted video of mine goes because my ramble to the camera videos are the only ones I've done so far, and oof. This was an interesting one about how a lass using ChatGPT was using it to help her. You can pause it if you want to read through it, but using it to help her recover from an abusive relationship, and she felt like she had trained it to act like her abuser. I find this very interesting because from both the emotional aspect and the technological aspect, it's very, very dangerous. This is a comment that I saved that I thought was interesting. I personally use my ChatGPT for therapy more than anything else. Although I'd use Gemini nowadays because it's a little bit better, I reckon, and I've been messing around with local LLMs and stuff like that too. What was I saying? I use it to help me more than anything else mentally. But you know what? Whatever. Let's move on. I don't know. Damn, man. Yes, I'm not sure about the teaching thing, but I still feel so strongly about helping people. I need to think about that. Oh, here we go. This is fucking, man. This guy's probably a billionaire. I saved it because of the ViewBot thing. It's all fake. It's just so much of this internet stuff's fake. And I guess that's one of the hardest things that I've found to put myself in front of the camera, put myself online, because I don't know if it's the tism, but shit is so apparently fake to me. And when people inorganically become like center of attention on the internet. Anyway, I like Kai, but if you can make yourself the most famous just by like paying money for it, which, I mean, that's capitalism, isn't it? Ah, fuck. Whatever. Google banning APKs, ROMs, and emulators. I'm looking forward to getting an iPhone for like the first time in fucking forever. I need to watch my mouth a little bit too. $23 cocktails, man, I don't even drink. What the fuck are these people doing throwing money away like this? The gimmicks are strong, man. Resist. Oh, this pissed me off. This was like before I removed Facebook too. It's just everyone's comments are like, have become mush. I guess everyone's brains on the internet have become mush. Like, this was just a picture of some meme. Just benign comments. Benign might not be the right word, but basic, boring Reddit comments. This is another one, like, far out. I go raw initially with new phones as long as I can. I didn't last as long as I thought I would. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As if you hadn't heard innuendo before. But 166 fucking comments of it? Typical Reddit shit, man. I am so done with this website. And, I mean, I was just about to talk about it, but here you go. Like, how much of it's bots anyway? Dead internet theory? This worked on me, this advertising. It's some website for you like up your webcam and you can study with other people. I don't think you can converse with them, but maybe, I don't know. I only looked at it for a second, but someone literally copied my entire app. He'd vibe coded this app, and then, I don't know. It's just clearly advertising, but also it could be real. Like, China's doing this stuff. I mean, I can't even blame China for it. Everyone does it. Like, for hardware and software. I love this. This was in relation to an r/relationships thread, which I unfortunately was like addicted to reading about relationship drama and troubles and stuff like that. People are so horrible to each other, especially fucking people on Reddit. Anyway, breakup. It's always like breakup, top comment, breakup, regardless of context. And yeah, anyway. This one killed me because look at this shit. 15 a month to stream music to the screen in a new Toyota. Toyota's meant to be like the good one. 15 a month for navigation, or you can just bundle them for 25 a month. US dollars, of course. Every single comment, well, not every single, that's hyperbole, but a lot of the comments in this were all about her black boyfriend and how she is a horrible person for dating outside of her race. And that shit makes me sick, man. Like, why can't we talk about how horrible this getting ripped off shit is? Instead of being at each other's throats. Like, they're winning, you know, if we do that. This fucking guy, man. Oh, Hassan Piker!
I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
This hurt. Because I think out of all the stuff that I saw that morning, and I only saved the best of what I saw too, this I was definitely the most in tune with. Next 10 years, I've got to buckle down and get good at saving some money, or just get good with having money around, I guess. Feel my chest get tight. I fucking hate it, man. But thankfully, I'm not alone, and I'm trying. There's a lot of people like this. And there's a few people out there who couldn't imagine it. We shouldn't have billionaires. And as a side note, but related, I'm very thankful to be Australian, glad to have a roof over my head. I'll talk a little bit about Centrelink in another time, I'm sure, but I would have been dead if it wasn't for welfare and the support of my loved ones. Yeah. Trying my best to turn that into something good that I can turn back on others and help others. That's the most important thing to me. I mean, I think I'm learning that I probably need to help myself in more ways than just letting things happen to me, but we're getting there. This one hurt too, because this poor girl, man, and I don't know. I don't think I have it in me to deal with this, to deal with people in positions of power who don't care, that make the rules. I know the big part of dealing with that is life, but I can very easily imagine losing my job over paperwork and not being okay with the way things are handled. And it sucks. Like, I feel like I don't know, I'll talk more about this when I've got words in front of me, so I'm not so scrambled. I feel like I've failed a little bit, but I know it's a journey, and I just hope that I'm able to make a difference eventually, I guess. This thread really rocked me as well because it was about someone who suffers from bipolar and schizophrenia and had a friend tell them that they shouldn't procreate because they're passing that on, having the chance of fucking their kid up as much as they're fucked up, I guess. And that hit me deeply because thanks, Mom, thanks, Dad. Genuinely thank you. I am very glad to be alive, but it's not easy. I go through the inner turmoil myself because I can't wait to be a dad, but I can't wait to be a dad, and I know I'm going to be able to help my kid go through some of the hardships in a way that I wasn't helped, or could have been helped better. Yeah, I just hope I'm ready for it when the time comes. Such a huge thing to be thinking about, like before you even get out of bed. And that was, yeah, it's just a picture of when Nan and I were. Anyway, quick insight into a day in the life on Reddit. I'll end it there because I've got nothing else to talk about. I am still planning my next couple of videos. Got about like 4 in the pipeline, which should be interesting. I don't know if they'll ever get done, but I am looking forward to this boat trip. There'll be some fishing footage and some under cabin rants, I'm sure. My fingernails are too long if you notice that. I'm going to trim them now. Coffee's gone cold. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks if you've made it this far. Thanks if you stick around to watch however the rest of them turn out. Yeah.